they only get to see the Fever play one time. They spend a lot of money to come here and watch us and have fun with us. So, you want to kind of give them a show every single time we're in here. And honestly, it's a lot of fun. So don't take that for granted, because before we know it, the season will be over. And I think this team is just trying to go one game at a time. But to get the homestand started off on the right note, I think was super important. And it's just continuing to go one step at a time and continue to build that confidence. But I feel like we're playing really good inside this building. So it's just continuing to build on that.
In what has become the most watched WNBA playoff game in over 2 decades, one name echoed through every arena, every TV screen, and every sports headline: Caitlin Clark. The young phenom from Iowa has not only elevated the Indiana Fever's game, but she's drawn the attention of millions, ushering in a new era for the WNBA. But this isn't just about the viewership. It's about a remarkable player and a determined team, one that has turned heads and made waves all season long. This is the story of Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever, and how together they've sparked a revival in women's basketball. On the night of the most watched WNBA playoff game in over 20 years, something special was in the air. Caitlin Clark, the 22-year-old sensation, wasn't just playing for the Indiana Fever, she was playing for the future of the WNBA. Fans flocked in record numbers, with viewership skyrocketing as people tuned in to watch the rising star. Over 2 million viewers tuned in, making it the most watched WNBA playoff game since 2002. But how did we get here? What's the story behind the Fever's resurgence? And how has Clark ignited the passion of fans, both old and new? Before landing with the Indiana Fever, Caitlin Clark was already a household name in college basketball. At Iowa, she was known for her explosive scoring, her limitless range, and her ability to take over games in crunch time. So when the Fever drafted her, the buzz was immediate. Drafting Clark was more than just a move for the Fever. It was a statement that this team was ready to break out of the shadows and reclaim its place among the WNBA's elite. Clark wasted no time in establishing herself as a leader both on and off the court. Her work ethic, combined with her natural talent, brought new energy to a Fever team that had been looking to rebuild after several tough seasons. The Fever entered the season with determination, and Clark's presence immediately transformed the team's play. After years of struggle, they became a must-watch team, blending tenacity with Clark's star power. With Clark at the helm, the Fever's offense flourished. They went from being a bottom-of-the-barrel team to legitimate playoff contenders, improving their scoring and overall team efficiency. But it wasn't just her scoring that made the difference. Clark's vision and leadership created opportunities for everyone on the court. Veteran players like Kelsey Mitchell and Nalissa Smith benefited from Clark's ability to spread the floor, while younger players like Aaliyah Boston thrived with her guidance. Caitlin Clark didn't just bring fans to the arena, she brought hope. Hope that the Fever could once again be a dominant force in the WNBA. Her ability to shoot from anywhere on the court, combined with her competitive fire, elevated the entire team's confidence. Clark's attitude resonated with her teammates. She didn't just want to win, she wanted to win big. And her hunger for greatness became contagious. The Fever began to play with more energy, more confidence, and more belief that they could compete with the best in the league. But it wasn't just her on-court abilities that drew attention. Clark's story, her grit, her determination, and her resilience became an inspiration to countless young girls dreaming of making it in professional sports. The Fever's rise culminated in the playoff game that set a new standard for the WNBA. Facing off against one of the league's toughest teams, Clark and the Fever had a lot to prove. Clark didn't just play well, she put on a show. Her 35-point performance, combined with her court vision and leadership, led the Fever to a thrilling victory. But the real victory was off the court. We haven't seen numbers like this in over 20 years. What Caitlin Clark is doing isn't just good for the Fever, it's good for the entire league. Clark's presence brought over 2 million viewers to their screens, marking the most watched WNBA playoff game in more than 2 decades. It wasn't just a game, it was a cultural moment, one that signaled the resurgence of women's basketball. With Clark leading the charge, the Fever have quickly become one of the most exciting teams in the league. But what makes their story even more remarkable is the way they've brought new energy and excitement to the WNBA as a whole. The Caitlin Clark effect is real. She's not only changed the fortunes of the Indiana Fever, but has also inspired a new generation of fans. The Fever's journey, with Clark at the helm, is far from over. And with the passion and talent she brings to the game, the future of the WNBA has never looked brighter.